Hi, I'm Miranda, founder of Marketing for Mental Health Practitioners. So, in this week's Literature Review Friday, the paper that I will be reviewing is titled An Application of Social Marketing Theory to Develop a Social Marketing Campaign to Address Mental Health Literacy and Help Seeking Behaviour Among Male College Students. So, this paper was published in the American Academy of Health Behaviour in April 2021. The purpose of the study was to apply social marketing theory to address mental health literacy among male undergraduate students in order to improve both mental health literacy and help seeking behaviours. So, this study is talking about social marketing theory, not to be confused with social media marketing. So, social marketing is basically taking marketing principles and techniques and using them to create marketing campaigns for behavior change. So, in this study, the researchers were wanting to understand the issues around male college students more in terms of their lack of understanding with mental health, their hesitancy to ask for help, and then with those findings, create marketing campaigns that would improve their understanding and increase the chance that they're going to seek help earlier and more often. So, the study just initially addresses, as you would all know already, just the high risk nature of that population. So, it talks about that young adults aged 18 to 24 have been revealed to be a high risk population for developing mental health concerns and seeking help. But within that population, there is then the male population who are even less likely to ask for help. So it says a substantial body of evidence has shown that young male adults are at risk for developing mental health concerns, however, less likely than their female counterparts to seek professional care, and they're also more likely to partake in unhealthy or unhelpful coping strategies such as drugs and alcohol, sleeping tablets. So the study goes on just to basically summarize the role that this sort of research has played in the past in terms of helping places in the States, but also the rest of the world, to develop marketing campaigns to address these issues in terms of removing stigmas and increasing understanding of mental health and when to get help and who to get help from. It also talks about the reasons why males are more reluctant to seek help, which include things like a desire for self-reliance, stigmas, masculine ideals, and just goes on again to reiterate that there is a less understanding of mental health than compared to females of the same age. So, what the study did is it brought together lots of male college students and interviewed them using different descriptions. So, it had 3 different descriptions based around anxiety, depression, and stress. And so, used pretend real life examples of young men who may be behaving in ways that relate to anxiety, depression, or stress, and what their life starts looking like, and some of the decisions that they are making. To then, so the participants read these descriptions, and then the researchers asked each participant questions related to these 3 descriptions. So the interview questions included things like, given what I just described about, say, Bob, what do you think Bob is experiencing? Explain why you answered that way. Describe how Bob can best be helped. Where do you think he could get more information about this concern? Imagine Bob is someone you've known for a long time and you know him well. You want to help him. What do you think is appropriate to do? Have you or any of your friends ever experienced this? What did you do or tell them to do? And if you were Bob, what would you do? So participants also completed a brief questionnaire assessing uh, the perceived helpfulness of a variety of mental health resources. And so all of these findings were then taken and used to create a marketing campaign that was then promoted throughout the college, in terms of there was promotional material and posters placed in lots of different random places where you would find male college students, from the dorm area to social gathering areas to the back of toilet doors. So what is the main takeaway from this study in terms of you as a private therapy practice owner? So I think the main takeaway is really just how important education is and still is within the mental health space. And that if you say, for example, if your ideal client is a young male, then, or even an older male, because they are less likely to ask for help than their female counterparts, then education plays a really important role in your marketing campaign. So if you're a private therapy owner and it goes across all clients, but if we're thinking about if your ideal clients are men and potentially younger men, then it's really important when you're thinking about content creation for your website, for your blog articles, for your social media, to incorporate education within that content. Because if you are speaking to a 20-year-old man and you're mainly focusing on how amazing your services are and how to go about accessing your services, then if you haven't done that initial education work, then that group of young male adults are going to be less likely to take the next step. So by also addressing these issues within your content, you're helping to increase their understanding of mental health, what that looks like, what that might present, what impacts it might have on their behaviors, their decisions, their relationships with their family and friends, and also making sure that they understand when to seek help and what should that help look like. So, instead of drinking, maybe doing this more healthy activity instead, and until this point comes along when you really need to seek expert help. So I think education within mental health marketing is really important, no matter who your ideal client is, because I think in a way, I guess we all have a responsibility to help each other. And by providing that more educational role, you're obviously helping people to understand mental health issues more, hopefully increasing the chance that people will ask for help sooner rather than later and get it from the right places. So in conclusion, when you're thinking about content creation for your marketing campaigns, particularly if your audience is an audience that's less likely to understand mental health and how to access help and when, then I would strongly encourage you to incorporate education within your content creation and overall marketing campaigns.